And Shalom, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwatash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders out there that's doing this work with truth and sincerity. Peace and blessing to the Akemers out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. It's Brother Bunsapad back at you again with another lesson. The Lord willing, this is edifying through the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua. I'm reading the book of Malachi, and something just stood out to me through the spirit allowed me to see something that stand out to me and be able to put this lesson together, Lord willing, and it's edifying, man. I'm just reading. I'm going to get straight to it because Yahweh Yahushua left a book of remembrance. Okay, he left a book of remembrance that it was written before him to acknowledge that he do have a people out there, okay, a nation of people which consists of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that he was going to remember, and he was going to return unto them if they return unto him. And that's what you're seeing today, beginning with the apostles and elders, man. I'm just going to get straight to it, man. This is Malachi. I think a few other scriptures I'm going to pull through the spirit. This is Malachi 3:16. It said, then they that feared the Lord spoke often one to another. See, all of us you see out there on the highways and byways that's teaching the names of Yahweh by Shema Shai and teaching you that you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and that that you are the special people of Yahweh Shai. So through the spirit, when it says, then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, because when we was in the world before this truth, we wasn't following Yahweh Yahushua. Through slavery, it was beaten out of us, so we got discouraged and found out that it wasn't worth returning to Yahweh Yahushua. You see, that's how we was when we was in the world. But see, when you read the book of John, the 6th chapter, it says that the spirit quickeneth and makes you alive. So when each of us got that spirit that quickened our spirit from the teachers who taught Elder Pastor Har, and from Elder Pastor Har on down, the elders that teaching us, and so on and so forth. So when we got that, so once we got our spirit awakening from Yahweh by Shema Shai, then we start to talk once against another, because we start to get this truth now. And we feared. So now we coming back. So then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another. We speaking often one to another now because we are alive and we teaching and doing this work from many different levels. From the top level, because every man has their own lot to fill. And the Most High Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai give each man a different portion of measurement of this truth. So we speaking one to another, right? So now we encouraging each other. We encouraging one another. So then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened. See, now the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, is hearkening to those people that fear him, whom the spirit quickeneth to wake up and make them alive, and them dry bones in Ezekiel to come back together and speaking spiritual things, and I here doing what we're supposed to do according to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has hearkened. He listening. And the Lord hearkened and heard it. He heard what? The men that feared, they woke up, that awakened out of the dust of confusion. So he's hearkening to that. And what that's doing, and what it says, and the Lord hearkened and heard it in the book of remembrance. The book of remembrance is the Bible. That's why I said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. I think that's in Isaiah 34th chapter, I think. Because the only wisdom and knowledge and understanding you're going to get on this planet is coming from the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Bashar in this Bible. That's it. So he hearkened and listened and heard it. And remember, there was a book, it was written before him, for him. It was written before him, for them. For them that feared, the elect of his people was going to wake up. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel. Those so-called Jews over there in the land today are not the Most High's people. You see? So this book was written before who? Yahweh Yahushua, for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. So now we coming back to the people of the Bible. All the things that happened to the Israelites, from the Ten Commandments, from those for us was grew up watching that or going to church. You know, we had a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So all the biblical things that happened to those people, the Israelites, we are those people. Prophecy tells us this. This Holy Spirit tells us this, that we are those people, man. There's many examples through the Spirit explaining who that we are those people. When you read the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it speaks about a slave ship. You see, we all know about slave ships. And you read the book of Romans, it says, I can't think of it. The Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And the word children in Hebrew is ban, meaning sons. So through the Spirit, this is what's happening. This is what you're seeing, beginning with the apostles and the elders and the men on down throughout the four corners of this earth. This is a very spiritual. This is very spiritual. This comes from on high. This what the world has been blinded to. This what the world don't know, and this is what you're seeing before your eyes, man. They that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them, the elect, that was going to come back and do what he say do to the best of their ability, that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. So the name is important for those people to call upon. So if that name or those names are important for those people to call upon, they go know the name. It doesn't even matter what you. It doesn't even matter what you say, man. You fake preachers, pastors. You 2/3 of our so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You unconscious people. You James White. It doesn't matter. This is prophecy. This is spiritual, man. And it's clearly that you're not a part of this thing, man. The scoffers as well, man. That's what you're seeing. This is not of our doing. The Bible is alive. The Bible is truth. This is happening before your eyes, man. You understand? Now, let me get Baruch. I'm going to go back to Isaiah or Malachi, Salaki. I'm going to go back to Isaiah because I want to finish reading down. Now, I'm going to jump over here to Baruch chapter 2, starting at 30. And I'm going to jump, and then I'm going to jump maybe to Jeremiah after that, Lord willing. I'm back over here in Malachi. Now watch this. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they will not hear me. This is Yahweh Yahushua talking about his people. We was in captivity. He knew that we wasn't going to hear him, right? Because it is a stiff-necked people. Jake is a very stiff-necked, hard-headed people. You don't want to listen to anything, man. You don't want to listen to anything that's coming out the scriptures. Starting with the apostles and elders and the men on down, is teach you out of the book of the Lord. You're not hearkening. You stiff-necked. That proves again that you his people, right? But in the land of their captivities, we are in captivity now. You see, we was brought over here against our will, man, so to speak. And we still behind enemy's line. We still in the land of our captives. Those people, those Israelites, was going to live in rulership in the kingdom. They had that before. When King David, King Solomon, so those people never died off. The babies born of these men of their bloodline that go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the way down to Yahushua, all the way down, those people are still here. And once again, when you see these people on the street corners, because at once upon a time, you had all your so-called poor righteous teachers out there, teaching the Bible. Back during the time, you had poor righteous clan, all of them, you had all the little so-called conscious groups way back then, the poor righteous teachers, as I call them. There was a group called the poor righteous teachers. You see what I'm saying? In that era, all that time, Jake. But see, all that went away and died out. Even the Muslims slinging bean pies, that's died out. But now what you see the men of the Lord, the men of Israel, who Yahweh by Shema Shah chose to wake up, to give them the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding to go out here and proclaim this. And this is what you're seeing today. This is nothing else clearly but the scriptures, the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shah at work right before your eyes, man. This is amazing. This, man. For I knew, Baruch 2:30, for I knew that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I give them in heart and ears to hear. And that's what's going on. Now, when I read to you in Malachi 3:16, it says, then they that feared the Lord spake often, because we speaking often now because we back having our nationality. The Spirit made us alive for us to do these things now. This is what you sing. You spake once, and the Lord hearkened and heard it in the book of remembrance, was written before him, for them, for the elect. The book of remembrance is the Bible. The Bible say no other book can make with this book, man. This is, dude, man, was written before him for them that feared the Lord and thought upon his name. This back in Malachi 3:16. I'm going to 17. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord. You see, he got the book of, he remembered that was written before him for them, for the elect. So now he's the elect, Lord willing, we those men, those people of the elect are turning back to Yahweh by Shema Shah, as Yahweh by Yahweh Shah is turning back to them. And he said, and they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, the Lord of, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. And that's how he's doing now. He's looking at us as precious jewels, man. He called us a peculiar people. And you in the book of Deuteronomy, but 7-6, I think it's 7-6. The Most High is only for the nation of Israel, man. You only have I known. And this is what's happening right now, man. This is prophecy happening before your eyes, and you people are spazzing out because you don't understand, because you're not spiritual. You're not giving the eyes to see it spiritually, but you're going to see it as the time get. There's going to be a time where Yahweh Shah is going to bring a sudden attention to the planet, and you going to know that it come from a higher power. You going to know the men of the Lord out there doing the work, man. And it starts with Great Millstone, man. And I pray and hope Yahweh Shah keep me in my spirit, keep me in my lot in this thing to help build the house of David that was ruined, man. All the Akim out there that's fighting, man. Whether they, in New York, California, Chicago, Dallas, London, Holland, Arkansas, Missouri, Chicago, you name it. Wherever they may be, this is happening right now. This said that this was going to take place. And this is taking place right now. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord. Now I'm going to go. And they shall return and discern between righteousness and the wicked. So now these people are returning back to who they are, because there's some other Israelites out there that discourage and think that it's a burdensome to serve Yahweh by Shema Shah. So by them seeing us, it encourages them. The people who hearing this word is getting it through the Spirit, is encouraging them, okay, to come in and serve the Lord, to come back to who you are. And they shall return and discern between the righteous, because those men was going to discern between the righteous and the wicked. You see, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. And this is what you see. This is what's going on. This is cut, clear, dry prophecy, man. Jeremiah, I think this is the last one. Let's see, Jeremiah 24 and 7. Jeremiah 24:7. And I will give them an heart. The word heart in the Hebrew law, meaning your mind. I will give them a mind, a heart to know me, that I am the Lord, and they shall be my people. You see? And I will be their power, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. Turn from your wickedness. Come back to who you are. No scoffing, no nothing. Because when you turn back, the people of this Bible, when they turn back to their power has always been with them. So when they turn back, he's going to turn back to them. And this is what you're seeing, man. And then after this, after the 144,000 is awakened, what he said in the book of Revelation, when they shall say peace and safety, when the RFID chip is mandatory on the planet, Jacob's trouble, martial law, etc., he will shoot thermonuclear destruction missiles coming to this place, thermonuclear missiles, which will cause the total destruction. And the people of the Bible, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, with Yahweh Shai, King David, you see, are going to be ruling on this planet. Because the Bible says so. If you want wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on life and the scriptures, this is what you're going to get in prophecy and history. He said the people was going to wake up in the land of their captivities. He shall remember the book that was written before him for them to turn back to this power. And this is what you're seeing right now, man. You so-called elites, you know this. You know this, man. Y'all know this, man. So, you know, for those who listening, watching these videos, yo, man, I'm not the best at anything. You know what I'm saying? It's a spirit all day. Yahweh Yahushua is a spirit all day, man. This is not a game. The Bible is breathing. It's a living book. It's living. And this is the truth, man. And Lord willing, he keep me believing that to the end. So if you're not on the right side of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in times to come, when he starts to lay more judgment down on his people, you're going to get caught out there, man. You heathen nations don't have a chance, man. That includes Esau, the so-called white man. Your rulership, your age is done. Okay? Because he said he's going to wake up his people. And he will have a book written before him, for them, in remembrance. And they're going to turn back to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Yahushua. And this is what's going on, man. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.